Hello and welcome to this recap episode of my Let's Play series. We were playing at the Fight Kings. Harold Bluetooth, I'd forgotten his name there until I started that sentence, which is why I elongated it in the middle. So this video, well, you'll see yourself how long it is, about 15-20 minutes at a guess. I'm just going to go through the series trying to entertainingly look at the map if it comes up for me. Seems to lag a little bit. There we go. So hopefully I'll have this play through. We'll stop it, discuss what happened, and how I managed to win. There's a spoiler alert. Oh, I shouldn't have given that spoiler actually. Still, so we could continue the game, but I'm not going to do that. Let's go through all these infographics. If there's anything interesting, at least I'm not going to go through them too much. Population, were we ahead on that? So yeah, this is the best. This is the average. Okay, I see. So we were the best, and how can your population be minus 10 million? I'm not sure. Is it minus 10 million? Or it's just, that's just the worst. 10 million is the lowest number in the game. Could potentially, what that means. I think more likely. And it's red because it's the worst. It's green because it's the best. Okay, I understand that now. What about our military? Is that here anywhere? Soldiers. Okay, we had the best soldiers towards the end of the game, but I don't think we did for any other point. Ranking. Obviously top. Augustus Caesar. Who else is up here? Winston. No, as an Irishman, I can't agree with Winston Churchill, but other than that, it looks interesting. More like famous people rather than anything else. You know who should be here? Marcus Agrippa, which is Augustus Caesar, right-hand man. Who else? Marcus Aurelius. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Abraham Lincoln? I'm not so sure about that. Was he a general? I guess he was a leader. Ranking, that's here. Is there any other lists in these rankings? No, it's just that. Right, so let's get back to the replay. The interesting one. If it ever comes up. So we can go through the messages. Not going to do that. Graphs. Yeah, this could be interesting first and foremost. You can see it was actually a tight enough game until around here. But I must admit, it never felt that tight. If we look at, we'd probably look at tech. And number of policies, number of techs. We were massively behind Arabia, this is, all the way. Like actually, we ended the game behind them even. But in saying that, we had a bit of a war with them somewhere. You will see that more in the replay. We had a bit of a war with them and they didn't seem up to much. Okay, I've lost the score, so we're just going to move straight onto the map. I should have kept all this a secret for any of those first-time watchers coming in. They wouldn't have known the ending. If you're a first-time watcher, feel free to subscribe down the bottom. Okay, let's start playing this. Let's find where we are. I wish I could put this up to a fuller screen. We're here. Okay, so first, really interesting layout that the city-states just had the center of the map. They had the, what do you call, the equator of this world. I wonder if that's any mistake in the randomizer or just patterns appear when you randomize a small number of things like this. Right, so here we are. One massive advantage we have is nobody's very close whatsoever. This is the Ottomans down here, the closest city, and actually I think if I'm correct, we did not have a path over here. It actually looks like we did. That was it. We had a path over to this island, but we weren't able to cross this ocean, this strip of ocean tiles there. Whereas, and even to this side we weren't. So we were kept isolated, which is quite a big advantage early game. Just being able to expand at your own pace. But it's a disadvantage to a warmonger like us. So we had to come down through this city-state and into this world, which I think that's all the things we can glean from the start. So that's expect us to start seeing coming down this way. Right, we should see other civs start popping up too. Let's pause it there. Yeah, so look. Oh, wow. The Dutch and Russia were fairly close to each other in the end. And they had a massive continent. I think the Dutch started off with this massive continent, and Russia forward settled them. But you can see all the civs have managed to get, not all of them actually, a lot of them have managed to get two cities already, and their borders have grown, unlike ours. Because this is on the hardest difficulty. This is on whatever the hardest difficulty is called. I forget the name. Okay, here's the final ones. So I'm very interested to keep an eye on the Dutch and Russia over here. They're fairly close to each other. Have we got a speed? There used to be a speed of how quickly you can look at this. Well, I'll just stay pausing it. Here's finally our first expansion here. It was, I remember it being a great city. We went with a lot of ocean tiles here. We went with a religion and policies that emphasized our ocean tiles. We also built Stonehenge. I think you'd see. You won't see on this map. It would be cool if we also had some infographic on the side here that told us what wonders are built and stuff like that. Would be interesting to see. Okay, Arabia, which became a massive trend again. You can see how quickly they had quite a large continent or island to themselves as well. You can see how quickly they've grown. And the Dutch here, this was definitely Russia's city because they forward settled onto this island, remember. So we've already got a war here. The Dutch have managed to take a Russian city, giving themselves 5, but Russia also have 4. So they seem to be doing quite well at this point. I remember early in the game, these two, maybe Arabia as well, were top of the score. And I was quite happy to see them go to war against each other. I seem to remember them being quite close to each other. I may not have met anybody though. No, I probably met them by now. You can see I've started my 3rd city here. Yeah, I probably met them and I knew these guys were to my right. I don't think I knew where Arabia was. I knew Ottomans were here to my left and stuff. I'm not 100% sure on what my knowledge was there. Okay, so I spread my 3rd city. I had 1 island here. I managed to get 2 of these cities onto. I was considering a 3rd. Never did in the end. But mostly now, I don't think I know where anyone is. I've been talking to people, but I don't think I've explored anywhere yet. I guess I probably have, since I can get from one island to another. I probably have gone on a little exploration. At most, I think I know where the Ottomans are. And it'll be a bit late into the game before I actually start killing someone. Let's see. Is there anything else interesting happening? Ah, no, there. That was a big event. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it. We have the Zulus growing strongly here. The Arabians seem to have stopped there. Wow. Look at this. Ethiopia only have 2 cities. I wonder what's happened there. Yeah, Russia. What a beast Russia can be in a game. Settled down here. Settled over here. Other than that, though, I think they need to worry more about the Dutch and not settling cities. Well, I know what happens in the future, so maybe that's why I'm thinking that. So here's the Ottomans have 3 cities. They're looking like my first target because they're the only people I can reach. So yeah, the big event I thought was Russia forward settling over here, surrounding the Dutch and making the Dutch have to go to war with them, realistically. I can see over here. I have units. I can see across the water. But that's all I can do. Even when I have the ability to cross the water with ships, I don't have the ability to cross my settlers across. So that's a bit unfortunate. Wow, Russia is still expanding. Did I miss the Dutch taking another Russian city? I'm not sure. Sulu's expanding quite well up there. Hard to see the difference in their colour with the Ottomans. But we're going to do you a favour by taking the Ottomans out soon. Okay, so this I think might be all the cities we found, except for the odd 1 or 2 in random places. This is actually no, we have 2 more important ones coming. But so this is part of our archipelago or whatever, without an ocean around it, so we can go no farther, unfortunately. So we've settled everywhere we can without going through city-states or other civs. We can't go any farther. And this city-state's possible. This one's not, with the ocean top. Right, no big changes in yeah, actually maybe yeah, this was a Russian city here, wasn't it? Let's see, where are we? Turn 196. Alright, this is actually quite interesting to scroll it like this. Yeah, so the Dutch have taken another Russian city. Unfortunate for them. Look at this down here. These are the Ottomans. They've got themselves massively overextended as well. What were they thinking? They had all of here to expand into, but they've got themselves fairly separated from their two main islands. Ooh, I went a bit too far there. I should also mention, yeah, I've skipped ahead in the future. I should also mention, about now I probably know the Grey Lighthouse is in this city. The Grey Lighthouse on a map like this, that's massive. So we know it's here. So you'll probably guess what my plan is to do with the Viking forces behind me. I'm waiting to build berserkers. I'm waiting to get caravels, I think, to cross oceans. But the berserkers are the big thing. There we go. This took ages. Now I have to say, when did we get it? About 250. We probably went to war around. Again, I wish there was a little list there. Who went to war with who at the side. It's on another screen. If I click on map messages, fine. But I want to see them both at the same time. So we went to war with these guys. We had berserkers coming down. We had a bit of a navy. But it's still a capital city. It's a capital city with wonders. It took a lot more than I expected. So it probably took 20, 30 turns of me attacking them. So where is the rest of the world after I do this? The Zulus have a massive army on the go. They are very warlike, very concerned. 250 we're at. Let's go back a little. Okay, so the Dutch have got another city again here. This is Moscow, by the way. This is their capital. The Russians are gone. They're unimportant at this point. They are our friends now, and they will stay friendly till the end of the game. Well, not friendly, but they'll stay close to being friends. Okay, let's pause at any big jumps here we see. I'm not sure when the Ethiopians appeared over here. No, they just settled in themselves. I only really noticed it when their borders expanded. And I didn't notice that we actually took their second city here. So again, this was the Great Lighthouse. I thought to myself, get the Great Lighthouse, great chance to win the game. But then I started looking at this city a bit more. Had a lot of gems around it. Had, I'm not sure what else I had. It might have had lots of fishing boats. And we were getting massive bonuses from fishing boats. So I had my eye on that. And you should see another couple of cities pop up. Now, I might have pieced out for a while. Now, there's one of them. I called this guy Dublin in the end, after my home city. He had access to something. I can't remember what. It was something small and innocuous. I wonder, can I move the back screen behind me here? No. It was something small, but it was enough to get me a monopoly. And I had a few fishing boats. So I thought, yeah, let's go for it. And I had my eye on this city here for another reason. I think I had gems to finish my monopoly on gems. Actually, that was it. Once I took this city, it was with the idea that a settler was going to settle here. Let me scroll back around this point. I was still taking this city. I hadn't noticed this. And a couple of turns for about now, I think the settler was here and I went, wait, what? Somebody's here. Redirected them. Moved them here. But I still had my eye on this city. I thought it was Morocco's now that I think about it. Because here's Morocco. What would I expect to find here? They had slightly similar colouring. So yeah, I thought that was Morocco for a long while. And I've got to say, what the hell is Ethiopia doing? Way too spread out. Like, they're screwed now. They're in a lot of trouble. I should also point out Arabia. Doesn't look too impressive. They have an extra city up here now. I thought they had 5. Did they lose one? I just mistaked something there for a city. Mistook something for a city. I should point out though, they have a massive tech lead. They are pumping out tech and wonders. Here's their capital here. I had like 15 wonders not too long from this point. So other than that, landmass, the Zulus are looking dangerous. The Dutch don't look it, but they were getting dangerous around now. They have sea beggars coming online in the not too distant future. Very concerned. Okay, it looks like I captured this city. I don't think I did. I think I razed it to the ground. Actually, we'll see that now in a moment. Actually, probably because I'm raising this to the ground at the moment. And I'm going to rebuild my own city here. Yeah, there we go. Raised to the ground. And slightly to the left of it, it looks like I built my own city. Got called Copenhagen because I keep changing the names of the cities. I think I renamed it Cork, perhaps. Whatever. That's probably... There was another city founded here. But that's it for my main cities that I had the intention of managing, of building myself, and was important. These two, captured these two, but I captured them early enough. I knew I'd be able to mold them into the cities I wanted. Let's see what the next thing is going to happen. Okay, Russia getting a bit of a foothold over here. I should have mentioned the Ottomans. Here, and here are now my vassal. They, like, as soon as I took these, as soon as I get them peace, I think they became my vassals. No big deal. I had my eye on Arabia. I remember I had my eye on Morocco because it was just close. My army. I'm probably at war with Morocco right now. Now that I think about it, because my army's right here. He had this massive land that I could pillage. I just pillaged the crap out of it. Money, culture, science. Maybe not science. Money and culture, anyway, was just farmed it. Just got so much and probably pieced them out with a good deal. Because I don't think I ever take this city. Well, not in the foreseeable future. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. That was something. Let's go back in case you missed that. There we go. Right, around now, I'm guessing. There you can see my tiles disappear as an enemy unit standing on them. So around here, all my troops down here, I'm thinking of... Right, that's what happened. I'm thinking of taking out Morocco's city. I'm pillaging its land. A lot of units are down here. And then, bam. The Dutch declare war. No big deal. I have the Russians in the way. Arabia declares war at the same time. The two most powerful civs, according to the score at the time, declared war on me. And all my units are here, down at this part of the world, and they are all the way over here. So, in a bit of trouble. Thankfully, they only had a couple of units. I think they had my city surrounded a bit, and then they left it alone. Just when I'm thinking, I bought units, I bought ships all over here. Just as I'm thinking, okay, I might hold on to this. Trying to get the moment it switches. Yeah, just when I'm thinking I might get hold of it, sea beggars appear over here. About 7 of them. I think there was already a few sea beggars. They just tore through everything. I concentrate as many troops as I could on keeping my main island safe. This is what I thought. This was the game was potentially going to be lost. Even if I didn't lose my home islands, I've already lost one of them. Arabia has a tech lead. Like, I need to do something about that. I cannot be on the back foot while this is happening, but I was. What else? There was a city-state problem here. So I had these city-states as allies. One of them flipped right before the war. This one here, this guy here. So he's blocking. He is a full block on my navy. So they couldn't get up to help without dealing with this, without taking damage from here. It was a bit of a mess. But I managed to build enough troops here, get enough troops over, killed... He didn't put up too much. He's only city-state after all. And it did not take too long. Took it back. I think I held it at that point. Right now I have a navy. It's hard to see because it's right on the edge of the cylinder. But I have a navy in this ocean over here. I'm looking for targets. Russia's perfect. But I'm not at war with Russia. I'm at war with the Dutch and Arabia. Have to prioritize. So I think I look at this city and this city. I get greedy. Look at both of them. Let's see if I manage. There we go. Took one of them. But how's the world changed in this time? The Zulus are staying on strong. I don't think they've taken anybody though. Ethiopia has added a couple of cities down here. No, they always had that. Yeah, okay, so fairly static the world has. It was around now I think a bug starts appearing. The Zulus keep trying to declare war on the Ottomans. The Ottomans are my vassals. That should have declared war against me. But the game was freaking out and made them peace out after one turn. I think this kept the Zulus out of the game against me. Now, it didn't stop these other guys declaring war on me. But because the Zulus declared war on a vassal first, I think it kept me isolated. At this point, the Zulus, when I got the upper front of this war, the Zulus, I think, likely would have declared war on me. I think I could have managed it because I could have peaced out, turned around and dealt with them. But it was nice. It was the biggest military in the game, barring myself, maybe including myself, was left impotent. They were just left in a loop of about 50 turns or so, declaring war with the Ottomans every 5 or 6 turns and piecing out. It was a godsend. So we have this city. I think we might hold on to it for a foreseeable future. I think we might then come down and start harassing the Arabians. I think we've pieced out against the Dutch. A little skirmish over here. We've pieced out against them. And we're concentrating on Arabia. They have a tech lead. Doesn't go well. We're not going to see any of this because I don't think there's any cities changing hands. It doesn't go very well, and I decide to peace out. I've pillaged as much water as they don't have many sea resources. I land a few troops, I pillage a little, get killed. I think I could have done better than that, but anyway, I decided I've done a bit of economic damage. I've taken a city, and I found out that their army is crap, especially their navy. Sure, they can defend their homeland, but they didn't seem to be able to do much stopping me getting to their homeland. So I'm not particularly worried. I peace out. Let's play this on a little bit, and you'll see where I move to. The Dutch, well, you've just seen now. The Dutch took an Ethiopian city here, it looks like. But I declared war on the Netherlands. I might have had some sort of defensive pact with Ethiopia that got me into this war, which I was happy to get into. So I'm streaming my troops up through here. These city-states were the bane of my existence from now till the end of the game, because the Dutch had everybody. Well, not everybody, but they had a significant amount. I wonder if the colours on these city-states are indicative of who controls them. I don't think so, because I always controlled this guy. That would be interesting to see, but I think they had control of so many. And anybody that didn't, Arabia did. And I end up going to war with them again. So I stream up here, take this city. Now, their capital was here, but I felt this was a good base of operations for any future war I needed to take. And at this point, I felt, okay, I've broken the back of the Dutch. Turns out I hadn't. But I felt I had. I felt I've done sort of what I need to do to keep them from stopping me winning the game, if you know what I mean. And I'm still very concerned about Arabia because I didn't break their back. I scratched their back, well, more than scratched their back, I guess. I took a few swipes at them. I did some economic damage, but did not manage to finish them off. So I was happy enough to peace out here with the Dutch. Keep this city. It was very defendable, I seem to remember. You'll see me steal a couple of tiles with a citadel. That becomes very useful. But in general, I thought, right, I'll hold this and I'll be able to take Amsterdam at my pleasure. Because I'm trying to take all the cities at this point. I have 1 and 2. So let's see what I choose to do next. The Dutch are actually expanding. Is this a Zulu city they took? Yeah, okay, interesting. And Russia had cities down here. Am I correct? Yeah, so these were originally Russian, but the Zulus have long since taken them. But the Zulus get broken by, obviously... Oh, have I done something here? Yeah, okay, I've done stuff down here, so let's move it back a bit. The Zulus, it looks like they're about to get broken by the Dutch. So that's Ethiopia. So the Dutch lose up there. Yeah, there we go. The Dutch took this city, split the Zulu nation in half, allowing Russia to retake at least one of their cities. Now, while that was happening, let's go back again. What do I manage to do here? I take out a Zulu city, it looks like. So they've managed to finally get in a war against me, I think, at this point. They declared war on me directly. I've also settled an island here and taken a Moroccan city, a terrible city. No reason to take. This has all happened around the same time as this war. I was fighting on multi-front war. So let's have a play through a bit more. Okay, yeah, I remember losing this city again and maybe retaking it, something like that. Right, this is what I was looking for. Let's go back before this happened. That's right now. So I turned and I remember I was probably at war with a few other people at times, but I had a big enough army, I wasn't that worried. My main concentration of forces was Arabia and Holland. But at this moment, it was certainly Arabia. So I have troops down here. His mainland's looking tough, a tough nut to crack. I probably could have done it. Whereas this city down here, exposed on its own. Biggest regret. Maybe not biggest, but one of the biggest regrets in the game. I had no reason to take this. It destroyed my happiness. And I had about 5 or 6 tiles I could have pillaged there. That's very valuable. That's a lot of culture, a lot of bonus. I think this probably set me back 20, 30 turns in the end of the game. If I hadn't taken it, would have had more happiness. Could have taken this city. I do take this city, I think, in this war. Yeah, there it goes there. I didn't notice any big changes. The Zulu expansion nation down here is getting in a bit of trouble. I don't think I had much vision there. I don't think I had vision at all on this part of the world. And I didn't realise the Dutch had so much land down there. As you can see from the map, the Dutch are a big risk to me right now. Arabia, I would consider this... I don't know, I wouldn't consider their back broken yet because their tech lead and this city right here had a gajillion wonders. More accurately, probably 15 to 20. It was ridiculous. So, I'm not sure if I pieced out or waited to take this. No, okay. I broke the back of their military, so I thought I can do it. Get my units in. I had cruisers I got cruisers right around this moment. Range 2, naval bombardment. Fantastic. I think Arabia might have had them as well, but nowhere in the numbers I was able to put out. So I managed to just beat down this city quite quickly, take it, hold it for a turn. Peace. I think even capitulation at this point. Arabia is gone. They have a tech lead on me, but they're now my vassals. Brilliant. At this point, I'll keep a pause. At this point, I'm looking what have I got? I've got my capital. I've got the Ottomans. I've got Arabia's capital. Morocco is a broken nation, and their capital is sitting here, I think. I want to say this is their capital, ready to be taken. Zulus, still quite strong. They have their mainland up here, full of troops. Russia, broken nation. I'm not even considering them at the moment. But there's their I think this might be, yeah, I think this might be their capital. The reason they have no land is they've been citadeled from both sides, if I remember correctly. And then we have the Dutch. So I think I declare war. Ethiopia as well. Sorry, Ethiopia's capital is here. I've just taken it. So I think, let's take Ethiopia. Let's take Morocco. Let's do it now. So that's what you see taking Ethiopia. I'm fighting Morocco. They're putting up a fight. There we go. Took it. This must have been their capital. At this point, I think I'm still at war with the Zulus, and maybe for the last good while. At this point, I move my troops up, ready to attack the Dutch. It's at the end of a video. I don't think I've taken this yet, actually. Just before I take this, my units are amassed on this border thinking, let's move up, let's take the Dutch out. Now, I didn't know about this down here, I have to say. And they had all these city-states nearly. My happiness was like minus 80. Something up around there, minus 50. It gets to minus 111 if I remember correctly. All these city-states are against me, particularly this one, maybe even my home ones. I become a little concerned. Maybe I'm about to throw this because I'm one at this point. I have the military lead to really knock this out apart. I become concerned that maybe I'm not going to take them. My happiness is going to start rebellions. I hadn't even considered maybe I'll lose vassals because of unhappiness even. I was concerned about a lot of things. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let's take Zulus first. We have Ethiopia. They've become a vassal already here. Morocco is about to fall and will actually Ethiopia I don't think would give me a peace. Yes, they did not give me any peace for quite a while after this. But Morocco is about to fall. I can assume they're not going to give me peace either, but they're no big deal. So I thought, let's concentrate on the Zulus. So that's what I did. We took Morocco. So in the end, I think Ethiopia probably peaced out around now. They're my vassal, but who cares? They're all the way down here. Morocco is my vassal. Importantly, Arabia is my vassal. They don't do anything useful though. And let's rewind this because it happened quite quickly because cruisers. The turns took an hour, but when it moves by turn, it happens quite quickly. We come up. We're after this city in here, but he's quite surrounded by these other cities. So I run out of coal as well. Maybe iron, coal, I think. So I decide to take this city. I can't even pause it in time. I take this city mostly because I want the coal, and I want to free up my path to the capital. As it turns out, the capital fell a lot quicker than I expected, and I probably didn't need it, but the coal was very useful. So now, what are my options here? How many capitals? I have my own. I have the Ottomans. I have Morocco's. I have Ethiopia's over here. I have Arabia's. I now have the Zulus. We're just looking to complete the set. Russia and the Netherlands. At this point, I started moving my troops, and I noticed something interesting. Russia's capital is about to fall. The Dutch are about to take it, so I amassed troops up around here, and I think to myself, well, let's let the Dutch. There we go. I just paused it just in time. Let's let the Dutch take Russia's capital out. That way, we never had to declare war with Russia. It's not that important. They do split up a bit of my empire. And I liked in my head that I could be a peaceful ruler. We'll never actually have to declare war with Russia. Now, the problem then became there was an embargo on. As you might understand, people hated me. Even though they're my vassals, they shouldn't be allowed to embargo me. That's wrong. Now, I'm still allowed to trade with them, but they shouldn't be allowed to vote for my embargo. And I think Arabia does in the end. So what I would have loved to do is start taking these cities and giving them back to Russia, because these all had Russian names all over here. I take the capital for my own and give these back, make Russia even more friendly with me. But she wouldn't do a deal because she's not allowed to even talk to me. So I end up just having to take this city, because otherwise this city would be trapped. You remember how surrounded it was. I couldn't leave it alive in the Dutch hand. I couldn't give it back to the Russians, so I had to take it just to keep Moscow. As it happened, I nearly lost Moscow right at the end of the game. But let's see what I do next. Should happen quickly. There we go. Took this city, mostly just to move my troops around. Had troops coming under here. Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, was under threat from the Dutch. Moscow, the Russian capital, was under threat from the Dutch. All the while, I had my navy encamped around this city first, because I wanted a safe run to because this was an inland sea. We'll just see that in the background maybe. Actually, at the end, maybe we'll play one more turn just to show you everything. Well, we won't play it, but we'll show you everything. So you should see me take this city. Ah, there we even lost this guy. Moscow is now surrounded, but she's holding on. Has a couple of cruisers, loses half her health. There's a navy around her. I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I play a couple of more turns. Oh no, there we go. That ended it. I play a couple of more turns. I damage Amsterdam. I'm damaging Amsterdam, but it's not enough yet. Will Moscow fall? So I decide. I realize it won't fall. I managed to get enough troops around it. Bought troops. They wouldn't last too long. But I thought, all I need to do is grab it, and it's over. Don't go to the end. Let's try it. Well, let's pause it and try and get... There we go. There's the final map. We've taken the capital. And that's it. I'll say island maps are interesting because you can capture anywhere you want without capturing everywhere you don't want. Although I did end up having to capture my way to Amsterdam. It was so well surrounded. Look at the units I had. But you can just do these surgical strikes. I didn't have to take all of the Zulu nation just to take this one city. Although I ended up taking two. Again, Morocco, I actually only ever took this one city. That's a lie. I think I took this one. Gave it back to them. We never discussed that. I actually gave them back the city I took. Kept their capital. Again, Ethiopia. Well, I took this one, raised the ground. Only took this. Quite strategic. It looks like I gave this city back as well down here. Yeah, so that's it. Anything else we can look at? Grass we've looked at. Let's play one more turn. So we've captured this city just to show you, if this is the only video you're watching, show you what we're looking at. So Amsterdam, I think, is the most interesting part there. Look at this bay they had. Like, I couldn't even get my units in here to surround it, to wipe it out. I could only hit with about 8 at a time, and I had about 15. Like, look at this defensive positioning on an island thing. They had this bay surrounded. They could have set up ranged units all along here, defended the entrance. The problem is they didn't defend these cities, especially this one. We managed to take it. It looked too juicy with all the pillaging we could do there. Where else was it? Let's show you our starting spot. So you can see we're surrounded by oceans. Couldn't get to this guy. Yeah. Oh, actually, we could have got to the land. I don't think I noticed that. But that would have been as far as we would have got. So we're pretty locked over here. We're locked, except for this narrow strip to go through city-states. And we're locked off from ocean here. So it's quite an interesting water start. Although we got down here, we had a look. Istanbul. Like I said, wonders. Sorry, not wonders. The wonder. Great lighthouse. That's the wonder you want on this map. I think that's it. I think that's probably the most interesting stuff to show you there. I made a 2-hour video on this save file, and I obviously never looked down here. I guess I was able to see down here towards the end, but I didn't have the best vision. I certainly never looked too closely down here. Yeah, okay, let's wrap that up. That was a very long recap, 38. I love that though. I really enjoyed talking about how the game plays out. Anybody out there who's thinking, will I do a let's play like you yourself? I say do it. It makes Civilization games twice as good. You know how fun Civ games are, how enthralling they can be? Multiply that by 2 when you're doing a let's play. Because it takes a month or so to make. So you become fully invested in everything. Like any other Civ game, I might forget the ins and outs a day or two later. But this is the only Civ game I've played for the last month. And I get so in-depth into it. I know everything that's happened. I think about it, not all the time or anything. But like sometimes you'd be just sitting there on the couch and go, what am I going to do about those Russians? Are they going to give me trouble? No, I can ignore the Russians. And so on. You think strategy outside the game. It's really fun. I have to say, it's really fun. And I'm looking forward to starting my new series, which will be tomorrow if you're watching this video as soon as it comes out. Or it's probably already out. So go ahead, find it, look at my channel. You'll find it down there. Bottom left of the screen right now, you should see a subscription icon. Check that out. On the right hand side of the screen, what will I do? Let me see. Top right, I'll do the playlist for this series. If you want to watch it more in depth, while I do is while playing some random computer games, Binding of Isaac a lot. I have some YouTube videos on the side playing. And so that's, if you want to do something like that, the playlist is right up here for this series called Bloody Bluetooth. Bottom right of the screen, what I'll add in is I'll add in the link to the I'll add in the playlist for my next playlist. So if you're watching this the first day it comes out, there's nothing down here. But anytime after that, I'm going to add in the new playlist I'll be putting out. I still don't know who I'm playing, so apologies for that. You do though, because you'll probably see it right here. You'll see a picture of the leader I'm going to use. Check that out. Should be fun. Hope to see you. Leave any comments, any ideas, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, what's this? It's a shiny trophy anyhow, so I'll leave you on that shiny trophy. Bye. Have a good one.